Good afternoon, friends. Today we'll be discussing Jubilant FoodWorks. Recently, there have been developments on Jubilant FoodWorks. There have been two major departures in the company. The CFO stepped down in the month of May, and yesterday the CEO of the company, Mr. Ajay Kaul, who was instrumental in setting up the Domino's franchise for the company, who has worked with the company for more than a decade now, he stepped down. Apart from that, if I were to look at the quarterly earnings that were quite weak, and that was also a major reason for the stock to correct. So the departure of the CEO is definitely a negative factor, because Mr. Kaul was instrumental in setting up the supply chain for the business, which has been the hallmark of this company. So this will impact the company in the near to medium term. But having said that, what we are looking at Jubilant at this point in time is that if we look at the company's strategy in the last 4 to 5 years, which has been of very aggressive expansion, that has not necessarily yielded the desired results. Reason being, the company has expanded too fast in an environment which was quite sluggish. That has impacted the profitability. The profitability has been flat over the last 4 to 5 years. So now the company needs a different set of strategy to grow from the current levels. That will of course depend on the leadership that they choose. But what I tend to see is that the current strategy was definitely not working, which was based on high same-store sales growth in double digits being a normal kind of a scenario, which probably is something which we cannot expect to be on a consistent basis in the future. So probably the normal same-store sales growth should be in the range of maybe a high single-digit kind of a number would be a normal for this business. So a change in strategy was required for the company. So a change in guard will probably mean that there could be new strategy which will get implemented. However, all these things will take their own time. So the stock could correct from the current levels by another 8-10%, but I believe that those could be the points where we can start looking at the company from a fresh buying perspective. Because I would say that if I were to look at the stock from valuation perspective in terms of EV to sales or price to sales, so on these metrics the stock is reasonably attractive compared to most other FMCG companies. So and margins are at a cyclical low, and this is a reasonably strong franchise and probably the best restaurant business in India. So a further correction from here, probably say in the range of around 8-10%, could be levels at which we could start looking at accumulating the stock. So that is our recommendation on Jubilant FoodWorks, which is start looking at buying the stock on dips, but a meaningful correction, still I would say at 8-10% correction, where I would say that the risks versus the reward would start being more favorable. Yeah. Thank you.